So I'm sorry I was interrupted mid-flow and of thought. Um, and I believe I was saying how I wanted to be. I was describing how I wanted to be connected to love. How I wanted to be one with love. To just be love. And my problem wasn't with forgiving God now. Now my problem is trusting love, letting love in, and I guess being able to decipher love, real love, true love, not some dysfunctional, controlling version of love. So far, I've been I've been drawn to the dysfunction. I can recognize it easily, so I'm drawn to the dysfunction, and in an attempt to want to heal it or correct it, and instead of recognizing it as a flag or a signal or a warning, I recognize it as an SOS for them and not an SOS for me. And which has even caused me to say in a conversation out with the ladies the other day, I was content with not even wanting to be exclusively connected. I guess for me right now, it just seems like so much work. And it's like being reborn all over again, learning to read instincts and signs. And I'm just too tired to I just don't want to do all of that. It would be amazing if I could meet someone who's just open and honest, who can be transparent, who can be gentle, who can be loyal, who can communicate. I don't know. It seems so hard, and it doesn't seem like it should be something that's hard. But I made this video the day before, last night, and I was saying what I desire. And I was trying to think of a way to continue doing these videos without being face to face. So last night was my attempt at seeing what it would be like if I put a, light one of my candles, light one of my incense, and focus the camera on the candle and just speak. I think that would be better for me, so I don't go back and watch these videos, y'all, unless a question or something arises, because I don't want to be overcritical of myself. So I don't watch. I just do it in a moment, and whatever comes out, that's what it is. And a couple of things have came up where I had to go back to the videos and watch the videos, and the critique of myself is like, girl. So I'm trying to come up with another way to continue doing the affirmations, but without looking at me. So you guys tell me what you think. How do you feel I should proceed? What's your opinion? And I will consider it. maybe. But I was speaking what you call manifesting into existence the things that I desire. I don't know why there's a big debate about prayer and manifesting. They're both the same to me. It's you speaking out into divinity, into the universe, into creation, your desires, your needs, your wants, or your gratitude, your love, your thankfulness, your joy. Two different words pretty much mean the same thing. I prefer manifesting because for me, I prefer the term manifesting because of the tradition that comes with prayer. They have this method or this pattern that they feel that you should follow. And I have learned it. I have mastered this thing. But for me, it's more effective when I am brutally honest and sincere. It's my level of energy and emotion to my prayers that make them relevant, that make them a force in reality. And I still pray. I just pray differently, with a different mindset, with more clarity, knowing that my presence, my state of mind, my energy is going to carry my sincerity, my intent, that as long as it's not selfish, it will carry my request and it will come to pass. That's a secret to prayer I don't think people understand. It can't be selfish. It can't be to mean another harm. It has to be a genuine prayer, earnest, with good intent. And that is what carries your request through your prayer, your meditation. And I learned that through praying for miracles of ones who are transitioning. Because as we are praying for an individual, they too are praying. And God honors the will of our prayers. He honors those who are dying as well as those who are praying for the dying. And if their request doesn't match ours, it does not matter how we pray. So I've learned to pray peace, to pray guidance, to pray understanding, to pray forgiveness for them, that they'll be guided in their transition, that they'll have peace in their mind, in their heart, that they'll be gentle and not angry, that they'll have peace, they'll be patient, they'll be trusting, without fear, unafraid. And that's the way that I find is best to manifest, to pray, especially for those who are ill or transitioning. Sometimes when we lose people, we feel like, oh, we could have did this better. I should have did that. Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I see this? Because we are grieving. We're grieving. grieving takes so much energy. It takes so much time. It's definitely a process, and no two people go through it alike. I know even in the Bible it mentions that if you are newlywed, you should not go off to war. You should have time to present a seed into the earth, to carry your name on, to fellowship with your wife, with your homestead. And the Bible also gives time for grieving. It gives you, in both instances, a year. I believe it's a year to recoup and recover. That's the basis that they say. After a year of grieving, after that, it's not considered to be healthy once you hold on to it for a year. But in some cases, I know I have held on to it for more than a year. With both of my parents when they passed, being the oldest, being in codependency, always feeling that it was my space to hold the reins, to keep everybody together and to appease everybody. And so grieving took me longer because I was processing everybody else's grief before I got to mine. But yes, to manifest, to pray, to me is the same. But people miss out on the intent of your prayer, on the sincerity and the energy that you put behind your prayers, behind your words. And sincerity, you got to be honest. I mean, you can't just pray a programmed prayer. Oh, did I reverence him first? Oh, did I ask for forgiveness? Oh, the intent of your heart. The spirit within you will give you the order to your prayer, hon. If you're sincere about what you're praying, you don't have to worry about order. The God in you, the divine in you will guide you and your words will pour out. All you have to do is open your heart, which is me speaking to me as I speak to you. And trust brings me back to trust. But some of the things that I was wanting to express that I keep passing over is what my desires were. And I was supposed to post this video, but I was too critical of the video, so I didn't post the video. And maybe I'll just post a video and get over it, huh? But and being interrupted sort of put me off track. But I'll probably post a video in at another time. But we're already 13 minutes into our part 2 of the first disruption. So, the Angel of Razbar, tell me the truth. I ask love, what are you? I am the everlasting life. Love said, I am the reoccurring joy of living. Okay, I need my water. I need water. Excuse me. So, the Master speaks of a den of riches where many precious jewels can be found. In abundance they lie, patient and yet ready to be claimed. Go scoop them up, urges the Master. The devoted ones look but cannot see. Where are these precious jewels, they cry, for we cannot find them anywhere. The Master gazes lovingly at the devoted ones and responds kindly. In service, my beloveds, you shall find the jewels through service. For what is the soul but the finest and most precious of heavenly jewels? What is service but the scooping up of the soul that it does not lie lost, nor unclaimed, but instead honored for all its precious worth and beauty, tended to until it becomes vibrant as a flawless ruby, radiant with the joy of living. Divine contribution is offered to those who wish to contribute to the world. The great beloved sees what is in your heart, what is in you, what it is you wish to offer, and is saying yes. So you are being empowered to serve, to assist, to offer a genuine spiritual contribution to this planet, to become a sacred hand at work for the will of heaven. Such is the capacity bestowed upon the soul that is wise and filled with love, and therefore desiring to serve. So then, do not doubt yourself, beloved. You have been blessed with this by the Master to find the precious jewel of your own soul and claim it. Cast aside your doubts then. I'm going to hold that in till later. Yet perhaps this is not easy for you to do. No, it's not. Perhaps you look at the world, even your chosen field of endeavor, and already you hear so many voices speaking. You may wonder if your own contribution would simply add noise to a cacophony. You may wonder if you can really help, if you have anything genuine to add, or if there is just too much noise anyway. You may hesitate and become fearful. Do not despair, my beloved. It is part of your divine destiny to add something of great value to the world. Something that has its place even amongst all that are actively, even against Do not despair, my beloved. It is part of your divine destiny to add something of great value to the world, something that has its place even amongst all that activity, something needed absolutely in the hearts of all. Okay, it's getting kind of personal. Touchy. And I'm hungry. This is not the time to be emotional. But okay. That precious gift is the true silence. The true silence is peace. It is the living experience of the eternal love of the divine that asks nothing but to be received. And gives of itself, unconditionally. Ooh. The precious gift is the true silence. The true silence is peace. It is the living experience of the eternal love of the divine that asks nothing but to be received and give of itself unconditionally. That silence is present underneath even the most raucous noise. Precocious noise. If one knows how to access it, the true silence can only be felt through the beautiful feeling heart. When you know how to feel for it, to surrender into it, you can transmit silence in many ways. Through the peace you cultivate in your heart, in your own daily living, through your presence, through your art, even through your voice, written, sung, or spoken. Yes, even through sound. If that is your path of service, silence can emanate through your voice, and divine silence can be felt in the hearts of others. The true and great silence, as you may now realize, my dear angel, is not the absence of sound. It is the experience of the divine presence of love. So shall you trust in the wisdom of the Master who bids you to serve according to the graces you have been given. Will you choose to put aside your doubts and instead believe in yourself and the power of divine love that will reach out to the world through your willing soul? Ah, yes, I knew your brave heart would accept this empowerment. I knew you wanted to serve more than you wanted to fear. Whatever is in your heart is in the method by which the great jewels shall be collected. So the Master teaches us that we are built to serve according to a higher perfection. So if to dance is in your heart, then dance. Be open and free. Do not hide. Dance. If prayer is in your heart, then pray. If you can feed the poor with food, if you can give the despairing kindness, the lost your words, and those who have turned away from the great Master a healing touch, then do so. Do so without doubt, without having to be the best or the greatest, or any other notion your mind conjures. Just be willing. Willingness, not perfection, is required from you. So then there is room for freedom to awaken in you. Willingness opens you to divine assistance for freedom to awaken in you. Willingness opens you to divine assistance, and through the empowerment, an even greater joy of being will grow within your sacred heart. Your service can flow from simply being yourself in the world, completely and utterly. Your radiance can become one of the sacred candles of the Holy Master. There are many candles that hold the Master's light, and yet each one of them is precious beyond compare. Be such a light. Scoop up the jewels through your service, and do not render yourself incapable through nightmares of false imaginings and smallness of mind. Yes, your heart is too big for your mind, and it will break it open. But that is okay. Do you think you only serve love and are not also served by love? The helpers are always helped. This is love's way. Do you feel as though you are a foreigner in this land? And Angel Razbar shall show you the way, for she knows you from a long, long time ago. Though you might have temporarily forgotten the acquaintance, she's a great hostess and guide in this terrain of divine love, and she remembers you. You who are great of heart and capable of contribution. You who are now singing, now signing. Can't read through tears. And I had this card the last time, and I hope this wasn't my reaction, but okay. You who are now signing up for service is the great work of love. Yes, there is work for you to do. Your purpose is bestowed. Serve, assist. Do not hold back for any reason. No one reason you could imagine is worthy of you. So then, aliveness. So then, service. So then, joy. Help and be helped. That is the way for you now. This oracle comes to you with guidance. You are being guided deeper into your life's purpose and divine destiny. Like a maturing adult who is ready to take on the mantle of a greater responsibility, your soul is stepping up. You are going through a process of assuming more spiritual responsibility for the honest and empowered expression of your own essence. And through that, your healing presence in the world is increasing. I hope so. You are stepping up and forward onto your path. This is appropriate now. It will make you more visible. But that is as it should be. It is not about being worth more than another. It is about the utterly sensible use of a light, that it not be dampened down by a shade, but instead be placed where it can cast its fullness so that others still in the darkness may find their way more easily. This is efficient, intelligent, and sensible. This reminds me of the darkness is not the place where the wicked reside, but the place where those who have been damaged by the wicked reside. That's what this brings me back to. That is something that was dropped in my spirit when I was going through my shadow work, trying to discover what is the trauma, what is the block, what is the thing that has me repeating the dysfunctional cycles. But yes, that's what this reminds me of. This is efficient, intelligent, and sensible. Your success and growth is drenched in compassion and brings joy to the heart of the master as another and another find their way, benefiting from the light of your being. So shine true. Be humble, but not dismissive of your gifts. Allow others to find their way more easily because you choose to honor the power of the great silence that emanates through you evermore as you trust and surrender. This oracle brings special messages of reassurance that you are making progress and are indeed on the right path. Although it may not unfold exactly as you anticipate, it will indeed unfold. You are making a positive impact in the world, more than you consciously realize. And you are asked, therefore, to continue. Do not give up. Do not turn back. Just continue. Take your steps, your journey, and know that the great master is aware of you and is sending the holy ones, including that wise ancient mother, Angel Razbar, to bring you the blessings of the true silence. Now, let it clear and soothe your mind and heart and help you remember the peace that dwells within you. All is well. Ooh, that's one of the things that I say a lot too when I'm going through all is well. Because all is well. It's going to be well. Because I will survive it. I will overcome it. My process is just different. and sometimes slower. We got to work on that. But this, I got this before. It's recalling me back to the last time I was having a trust issue, and that was when I first discovered what this repressed trauma memory was. I thought that what I remembered was what's triggering me, which was not is triggering me, and I asked God to tell me, how did it start? What opened the door to it? For these things to keep happening? And he showed me. And it devastated me. And I see why it was repressed. But it challenged me in my now time, in my adult years. And almost sent me back to babality, to in some ways it has, because I've had to relearn, find new thought patterns and processes and habits to repair my limited thinking and beliefs. But this was interesting. I'm sorry it was so long, but I had to get it all out. And I must go back to my manifesting and praying so that I can continue to get clarity, get encouragement, get strength, and attain the knowledge with understanding so that I may apply it to myself first. So that was deep. That was a good reminder, a good what do you call it when you it's like a restart. When you take a break and just need a reset button. So this is my reset button, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed this part 1, part 2 series of the Angel Razbar. Let's have one more look at her. So, I love you. I do. And I will see you in the future.